Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I thought I would bring you another date night tutorial. I feel this look lends itself to very old Hollywood glamorous. This is my most favorite look. I love a glamorous, elegant, beautiful feminine look, and I feel that this makeup look definitely achieves that. The hair is usually in some sort of just very soft wave, very old Hollywood. So if you like what you see, and remember, this can be worn anytime. You could wear this mother of the bride, you could wear this grandmother of the bride, you could wear this date night like I do, or you could really, this would be beautiful for the holidays and for New Year's Eve. Just beautiful. And you can use any colors that work for you. If you work better with a fuchsia lip, you do this look with a bright, bold fuchsia lip. No problems. So if you like what you see, stick around. Okay, I've zoomed in as close as I can because some say that I'm not zoomed in enough. Okay, just like all my other videos, it just works for me to do one eye already. So we are going to get started. I have already put on my primer by Benefit, Stay, Don't Stray. It is my favorite. And today we are going to be using Naked by Urban Decay. I am going to start out by using the two lighter shades, and then we will incorporate the caramel shade, and we will go and move into the deeper purple with just a tad of this in the crease, okay? So I'm just going to use a MAC brush, and I'm going to take the first color, which is called Quince, and I'm going to go ahead and pack this on the brow area, under the brow area I should say, and then just a little bit more of that, and we're going to work it down towards our crease, and then just lightly blend it. Now we are going to go into the second color, which is Chaser. And with that same brush, I'm going to pack this on the lid area. This is just a little bit warmer than the first shade. And we are just going to make sure our whole lid is really covered well all the way out to the edge of the tape. And then we're going to blend it up to join those two colors. Okay, this is my take on an old Hollywood glam look, and this is also the only way I like to wear liner on the top of my lid is with a shadow. Okay, so now we're going to take our Tom Ford and we are going to go into Sauced, and I'm going to just dab the brush in, and I'm going to work this color on my crease starting at the top of the crease and moving in. Okay. And I'm going to build that area up using that Sauced. I'm not going on the lid with this now. I'm staying in the upper part of my crease with this color. And I am going to feather it up lightly just to give me a little lift to my eye. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that color, which was the Sauced, which is the peachier tone for me. Okay, so now I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to soften the edges of that peach to the cream colors. Okay, and we can add more if we need to. So now I'm going to take that Louise Young brush. I really, really like this brush. It's got a nice density to it with just a perfect point. I think working with smaller brushes truly are your best friend when you have an aging eye. To use too big a brush because it's the hottest brush on the market may not work for our eyes. So we need to find brushes that really do help us, because gravity is taking place and we cannot stop it. So this brush here is really, it's not real dense, but it has just a nice point to it. And it doesn't have a lot of hairs to it. It just works really well. So we're going to go in now, I'm going to take Low Blow, and I'm going to load that brush up, just the tip of it. Now I'm going to go just slightly lower than where I started that peach. It's actually going to be right over the peach, but it is definitely dead center to my actual crease. So I think if you lean back just slightly, you get a clear picture of where your crease should be. So try leaning your head back just slightly, and you will be able to see the crease a little bit better. So work in very small motions, going back and forth until you have built your crease up to where you like it. And remember, it will be different for all of us. Some of us like a lot more makeup, some of us don't. So you just want to give the illusion of having a really deep set eye. And by putting a warmer tone in that crease area, you can achieve that, okay? But really try bending your head back just slightly, okay? So we will take our blending brush, because blending is another very important step for us as we age. And always hold the brush back towards the end because it gives you less pressure. So I'm just going to lightly blend that. I'm hardly even touching it, okay? So now I want to work on my liner. And for this, you are going to need a very tight brush, okay? This one is the Hakuhodo. It's an excellent, excellent brush. I think a lot of people use this for an eyebrow. Another brush that will help you is if you have the Wayne Goss brush. The number 7 is extremely tight and it's a very small brush. I highly suggest working with a smaller brush for this. I do like the angled brush for laying it down, but I do like to finish it up and just add color towards the end. So I'm going to go in now and take Ashes, which is the deeper of the purple, and most will think you have on like a dark brown, but it is a dark purple. And I'm going to just lay the head of the brush down and I'm going to pick some color up. Now I will need to use a mirror to get my guideline and the tape helps you with this also. So I have my tape laying down, so I want to close my eye, and because we do have an aging eye, sometimes when you're going along your eye will move with you. So if you're not using the tape, you will need to hold your skin just slightly. So I'm going to just take this brush and I'm going to lay it down along the tape until I get where my wing, I want my wing, and I'm taking it just to where my crease bone starts. Okay, so there is my guideline right there. All right, so I'm going to pick up some more. You don't want to load it up with too much, because what you're going to do now is you're going to just take it and place it down as close to the lashes as you can. And we'll build up from there. However thick you want your liner is totally up to you. So I am going to go ahead. This is not easy for me because, for one, my skin does drag and I have a hard time seeing. So patience is your friend here. And the reason why I like to do tutorials like this, showing the difficulty, even for myself who has many years of experience and a background in being a makeup artist, is that with age things change. So just be patient and work with the right brushes and work at a slower pace, and you can do it. And sometimes we have to hold our eye because our skin wants to do a little dance with the brush. But we can get the job done, okay? Just take your time and don't lose faith in yourself. You can get this, my friends. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to now build this up here and go right along, right to the inner eye. And I'm staying as close to the lashes as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit more. Now I want to actually create a wing, so I want to pull it in a little bit wider and go right to the tape, go right over the tape. It'll give you your guideline. You get a lot of fallout with this color, so the tape, I feel, really helps. So I'm just packing it on, and as I'm going along, I'm moving it up to where I want it. Try not to squint your eye because that will change it. Try to really keep your eye straight. I know, it's a lot of work. All right, so now we have laid down the foundation. This is where I take the Wayne Goss brush, and I take just the tip of that brush in. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to intensify that color with the Wayne Goss brush. And I find that this brush really does work well for this. And most of my color I focus on the outer eye. Okay, so I want to make sure that they're even, and I went a little bit crazy on the other side, so I have to even this one up with it now, so I'm going to wing it out just slightly. Okay, all right, so now I'm going back to the Louise Young brush, and I'm going to pick up the color that is called En Fuego, and it is more of a burgundy shade next to the purple, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that color. And very, very precise with this and very slow, I'm going to go ahead and lean back, and I just want to add a little bit of this color right to the outer edge of my crease. I'm not joining the line, I'm just doing the outer edge. Okay, same thing on the other side, I already did it, okay? I also want to say that this can be achieved with any color combination you like. Okay, so now I want to bring my lid out a little bit because my lid disappears because I have hooded eyes. So I'm going to go in with, this is the Tom Ford number 11 brush. This may be too big a brush for many. So just get a flat, almost paddle-like brush, and I'm going to pick up that second color chaser that we worked with. Now this is where you want to be very careful. You don't want to go over your crease line, and you don't want to mess up your line that you just put on. So I'm just going to lean my head back just slightly, and I'm just going to build my crease up just slightly here. Okay, just a little bit, and then now I'll take the Wayne Goss brush again, and I'm just going to fix right here in the center. I did hit a little bit, and I want to make sure I have a nice, clean, deep line. Okay, so now we're going to take our tape off. Okay, so now you see we have just that's enough wing for me. I don't want a whole lot of wing. I'm not a wing girl. And I'll do the same on this side. We'll take this off. Now when you're working, you want to make sure that you don't disturb your wing, okay? So I'm going to take the Anastasia brush, and I just want to sweep any fallout off my face and any where I got a little crazy winging out there, and just clean up underneath, okay? So now we're going to leave the eyes, and we're going to move on to the face right now. So we're going to go in with our Lancome La Base Pro Pore Eraser. I'm trying to finish things up, and I realized I've been giving too much love to the Algenist, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Lancome, and I'm just going to apply this where I need it most, and that would be my T-zone area. And then I just feather it lightly out, but I make sure that most of the focus is in the T-zone area because this is a pore eraser, so I want to make sure that it is working on my pores, okay? Okay, so now we're moving on to foundation, and I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude, and I'm going to use the Ivory Beige tonight. And because it is a little bit on the matte side for me, I want a little bit of glow, I'm going to mix in just a touch of my Giorgio Armani number 2 Fluid Sheer. It just adds a small amount of glow, not enough to really change anything, but I don't like that this isn't a pump. I just do not like that, okay? All right, so I'm going to take 1 pump of the Armani, and I'm going to take, I hate when there's no pump. I'm going to take, you know, equivalent to what a pump would be, I think. And I'm just going to go ahead with my fingers, and I'm going to blend those two together. And it doesn't really change anything about it. It just gives it a little glow. So I'm going to apply that to my face. All right, so I'm just going to dab this in. And this is a pretty good color for me. And you'll see it just gives it a beautiful glow, that Armani. I really, really love it. Now be careful around the eye because you don't want to disturb your wing. Okay, so I think I need just to add a little bit more to the cheek area. So I'm not going to add any more glow. I'm just going to take this and put a little bit on each cheek just to cover a little. I have a little, just a tiny bit of redness there. Not a whole lot, just a little. I have a very, very, very small case of rosacea. All right? Okay. So I think that's good. I'm just going to check my look and I'll be right back. Okay, because so many wanted to know, I have a couple of new concealers that I'm trying because I get asked a lot about concealers for aging women. And the one that I'm trying today that so many have asked about is Dermablend Professional Smooth Liquid Camo. And I'm trying it in medium. So we'll go ahead, it's a medium coverage concealer and this color looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to do it with a sponge because that's what I do a lot of my concealers with. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to go ahead and be very careful around your wing. I can't say it enough. All right, this looks like an okay color. I don't like too light underneath my eyes because it just accentuates my age. I know a lot of people like brightness underneath the eyes, but when you get to be a certain age, you do have to be a little bit careful of that because you can make yourself look older. Okay, so let me take a look at this and see how it looks. It's okay, I have to see how it wears, which I will tell you in another video. So we're trying to finish things up, so we're gonna do the RMS. And this is the 23, it's the untinted. And I'm going to take my beauty blender, just a little bit of it in my beauty blender. I'm going to go ahead and touch this concealer and then I'm just going to set it. This is a very, very thin powder. It works well. It does have color to it because again, I don't like the brightness underneath my eyes because I really do feel that it accentuates age. So I'm going to go ahead and just set that. We'll have to see how that holds up. I'll know by the end of date night how it is. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my La Mer powder brush, a little bit of that powder, and I'm going to go ahead and just set my cheek area with that powder. And then we're just going to do a little bit of our forehead. Now because I want a little bit of a glow, okay, we're going to go in with just a touch of the La Mer, and I'm going to just do my forehead and do my chin area and my nose, and that will be enough powder for the night. I just got to make sure that I powder my cheeks because I'm going to do a little bit of contour, but I don't want to take, I don't want it to look powdery, okay? All right, so for contour tonight, I'm going to use a contour by Anastasia. And you can buy these individual, and this is Fawn. Okay, so this is a Morphe brush, and it's the E8. I kind of like it when I want just a small amount of contour, and I want to really control it. So I'm just going to dip it in, tap it in, and then I'm going to tap it off, and I'm going to touch it on my hands just to work that powder into the brush slightly. And then I'm just going to add the contour powder. You see how that really just places it in a very small area, and then I'll just work it up. You don't want to work down with this. So touch in, tap off, because if you don't, you're going to get too much, and then just build up, and then move up, build up. Okay, so there is my contour for that side. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and my sides are both different because this is my TMJ side. I am going to be having Invisalign because my dentist says that my bite is really off because my teeth are shifting. My crooked teeth have never ever bothered me, ever. And but because I have so much pain with my jaw now and I'm grinding and I'm ruining all my I have no decay, but I'm ruining all of my fillings because I'm grinding so much, and he seems to think that that problem will be solved once I have Invisalign. Okay. Okay, so there we have it, our contour. So now I'm going to take a bigger brush, a little fan brush. I'm just going to tap a little bit in, and I just want to give a little bit of contouring around my forehead. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. And then I'm just going to touch a little bit of that, and I'm going to go ahead and chisel out the jaw where the jowls have decided to become the feature of my face. Okay, so that is it for that. So now we are going to go ahead with our blush. And tonight I'm going to be using Chanel's Rose Bronze. I love this blush. The smell is fabulous. But I do really love this. And now I'm going to use the same fan brush because I really like to just fan it on. And it has such a beautiful glow itself. So I'm going to push my rollers back, and I'm just going to apply that right on my cheekbone. And I just brush it back and forth like this, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and build that up to the intensity that I want. And I think that's beautiful. It just adds a beautiful glow. This is really a gorgeous one, the Rose Bronze. It's just gorgeous. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to build that up. Now I'm going to do as usual. I'm going to go ahead and just touch a little bit on my brow bone. And it doesn't matter if you go up over the brow bone. It just brings it all together. And of course, everything will look different when we have brows and mascara on. For tight lining, I'm going to use the Double Wear by Estee Lauder Burgundy Suede. I'm just loving it, my friends. I'm loving it. I'm going to lift it up, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to move my lashes with it and just add it on to the upper waterline, which is called the tight line, my friends. Okay, and for this, it's very important that you start from the very inner corner and go all the way. It just gives you a really elongated eye that way. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure that I have it all the way. I want to really intensify. This also will make that outliner stand out a little more. Okay, so I'm not going to put any liner or shadow below right now until I see how it all plays out. I'll do my lips next because I'll go off camera and do my brows and my mascara, and of course take my hair out and everything. So I'm using, I don't even know if this pencil exists anymore, it's Crimson by Chanel, and I'm just going to lightly line my lips. And this is just to give a shape because I'm going to be wearing a bright red lipstick. This is not the perfect red. I actually need something that has a little, this is a little cooler than what I really need, but I'm just using it because it's what I have. Okay, so that's a very, very light lip line. So now the lipstick is by Pat McGrath, and it is called McGrath Muse. It is a spectacular red. So, I'm so excited. Louis loves red lipstick. I'm very excited to be trying this. And it's called their Luxe Trance. So it's not real shiny, but it's not a matte. I have no idea how it wears. We shall see. Okay, so I'm just going to fill in my lips now. That is gorgeous. I like that it's a drier formula, but yet not matte, because that will help it from bleeding into the lip lines. Is that not beautiful? Ooh, that's very, very, very retro, very old Hollywood glam. Oh, I just love it. Just love it. I do have to get the right liner for this. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera now. I'm going to do my eyebrows and my mascara, and I will be right back with you. All right, my friends, I am back with the finished look. Took my hair out of the rollers. I will list and link everything below for you that I used in this video, everything I used on my hair. Fragrance for tonight is going to be Lancome La Vie Est Belle. just a squirt and walk through. My eyebrows are Anastasia in Caramel, the Brow Wiz, and the gel. Mascara is Le Volume de Chanel by Chanel. I really like this mascara also, and I always like to build up heavily on the outer part of the eye when doing a wing or any dramatic look. I think that is it for everything that is on my face. I hope that you enjoyed this. My top is an older top from Cachet, and it's interesting because these sleeves are back in. I've probably had this top for over 15 years, and the sleeves are now back in style. So I'm able to wear it, and I will wear it with a tan colored suede skirt. It's very cold here now. Today was, very uncomfortable for me, but we leave for Florida in about, let's see, today is the 4th. And we are leaving for Florida on the 17th, so I'm very excited about that. I think this is a very glamorous look that can be worn for date night. It can be worn for holiday parties. And you can change the liner by using any deeper shade. If you want to use a navy, if you wanted to use a dark green, or even a brown. For me, this liner lends itself to a softer look than using a liquid liner, which I do not like on myself. I think it's great on other people, but for me, I prefer it in a softer way. Okay, so thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, subscribe. We are living life here. Go out in the world and be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.